What the hell? John?
I have lived in Pittsburgh for nearly 10 years. But it's not until this week that I fully understood what it was to be one of you. To be a loser. Because I have suffered loss after loss. I'm almost as bad as your pathetic little Pirates.
Whoa. They won today.
It's getting bad. Let's face it. Clayton King, first off, is doing his best Reese Hayes impersonation, and he's gone missing. Probably wearing a windbreaker on a beach somewhere, drinking a Virgin Mai Tai, leaving this freak with me. Second, I was informed by my lawyers that not only was the contract requiring Gianni, Michael, and Emricko to be in Leaders by Example illegal, it was perhaps unconstitutional and may have been slavery. So we're dealing with it. We're dealing with it. Things are getting bad. It turns out a lot of what I get away with to Mitch is because of that little label of being an intern. We can do a lot if you're an intern. In fact, you know what? It's been such a bad week. I think it's time I take some actions that are a little more protected. Give myself a little bit of a cheer me up.
Look what the cat dragged.
Well, wait a minute.
Look what the cat dragged in here, but wait a second. Wait a second, is he here? Austin Carnes, I'm Toddy Tondera. Welcome to Thursday Night Fights and a big return.
There he is, Gianni Michael Emricko, the Italian strongman, is here. What, he got a ref shirt in his hand?
The two-time 880 champion is unfortunately an appendage of Leaders by Example under the conductor of his own opera, some guy named John. But I see what you see, Austin. He's got a referee jersey in hand.
John better watch out, because Gianni Michael Emricko looks like he is here for business. I see the music is back. I see the ring jacket is back. This is nice to see.
And as it sits right now, it's under the copyright of Leaders by Example, but GME appears to be feeling himself tonight.
Love to see it.
Allentown! Good God, isn't it hot in here? And good God, it is finally time that GME is free.
GM free?
So John, I talked to a couple people in the back. I got talking in the back, John, and you know what? Came up with something. I thought it was fair. I thought it was the perfect amount of fair. After all, I led by example for, what, a month and a half?
Were you even here?
I was here. But you know what? Let's keep this fair. Let's have a match. Right here. Right now. Let's say John wins. Let's say you win, John, you know? I will be an official member of Leaders by Example.
No lawsuits this time, right?
No lawsuits, David Lawless, I didn't even phone you on this one.
All right.
Okay.
But if I win, I am out of Leaders by Example. Not only that, Mitch is out of Leaders by Example. And you, John, will be out of 880 Wrestling.
You hear that, Austin?
Are my prayers finally coming true?
Shake the stash. Shake the stash.
A lot on the line for some guy named John.
And Mr. Intern, I couldn't get a referee early enough. You're a ref.
Wait a sec. It looks like...
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for one fall. Some guy named John versus Gianni, Michael, Emricko.
Well, I think maybe Gianni, Michael, and Rico proposed this proposition because Clayton King, as John said, has been nowhere in sight. Maybe finally he has a fair one-on-one contest with some guy named John.
Tony, I got to make sure I'm hearing this right. Let me ask you this again.
Yes.
If some guy named John loses this match, okay, not only is GME out of Leaders by Example, not only is Mitch the intern out of Leaders by Example, but John's gone. He's out of 880.
John is gone.
Oh, we got to start the party early. Come on, GME.
Could we see GM free this week on Thursday Night Fights and free Mitch?
Oh, God.
Making connection there. Well, I think this is the perfect opportunity for the former two-time 880 champion to get his lick back. And as you heard him say, for the past month and a half, 2 months, he's been under the tutelage of some guy named John and Clayton King. We've seen Leaders by Example gallivant in GME's robes. We've seen him take his theme music away. Maybe one of the original Steel City Killers will have an upstart of his own tonight.
And you got to wonder what's going through the mind of Mitch, too. I mean, it's not like Mitch has exactly been fully accepted by Leaders by Example. I mean, Clayton King, some guy named John, everybody has picked on him left and right. And now the entire 880 fans have a chance to get one back at John.
You picked on him, too.
I mean, kind of deserved it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay, Tupac family.
Now, GME walking around some guy named John to have a slap or two with our family into the post here. So if you are just joining us, as Austin said, if Gianni, Michael, Rico wins, some guy named John goes bye-bye, and if GME loses, then he becomes an official member of Leaders by Example, and those are both permanent.
Yeah, I see no Clayton King here. You heard Gianni say that as well. So Mitch is the referee, so a lot at stake here for both John and Gianni.
It's been quite some time that we've seen Gianni and John in a one-on-one contest. I believe it's been since the Dottie Block era, which GME was able to defeat John.
And John might have a broken wrist.
He already has a broken reputation, maybe some body parts adding to the list there. Of course, some guy named John was a part of Ruggapalooza 2, and a certain cowboy had his way with the gentrifier at Rugger's Pub, and right now, hung out to dry on that topic is SGNJ.
I mean, I hate the biased commentator accusations that get thrown our way sometimes, Toddy, but I enjoy that a lot. I enjoy that quite a bit.
Well, you could say that maybe you're biased against John, but you also were, you've thrown hands with some guy named John. He's eating a Carnes breaker.
He's eating a Carnes breaker, and right now it looks like he's about to eat a sidewalk slam from Gianni.
Imagine all the mental frustration that Gianni, Michael, and Rico has had with the disrespect.
Wait a minute. Mitch is hesitating on the count. I knew this was going to come into play eventually.
We have to think what's going through Mitch's mind right now. I mean, he's been the intern of Leaders by Example, and for quite some time, SGNJ couldn't even tell his name. We don't even know if his name is actually Mitch. Schoolboy, hold up, wait a sec. Wait.
But Mitch again hesitated. See, I was going to say Mitch hesitated for Gianni, but...
Sorry.
I mean, John was the one that technically brought Mitch into 880 wrestling, whether we agree with the way he's done it or not.
Well, I'm sure that's going through the mind of Mitch right now. Oh, cheap shot. You know, but it's also a frustrating time for some guy named John. I mean, where has Clayton King been? But with GME being quite the powerhouse here, I'm sure John wants to slow the pace down, expel all that oxygen out of the lungs of GME. Utilizing the sleeper hold will do that.
There's some guy named John doing a good job of working the holds, dropping the elbow, immediately going back into the pressure. I mean, it is hot as hell in Pittsburgh right now, so John is doing a good job at wearing down Gianni.
You got to keep the big man grounded. We've seen that next year, the GME often invokes, and once he's going, it's like a runaway train. But right now, choking the life of GME.
Going back in the face of Mitch now is John, warning him. Remember, I brought you in the 880 is what John is saying. Just a count now. I think he confused Mitch on the mat there.
Well, it looks like John says we are number one to the camera, and a quick cover, 2. I'll tell you what, it seems like Mitch may be conflicted, but as you mentioned, Austin, John and Clayton are the 2 individuals who've brought Mitch into 880 wrestling, and that was a bit of a quicker count than we saw before.
Indeed it was, and you can see some guy named John again applying the sleeper hold, locking it in deep on Gianni. Mitch having to check the arm. Count of 1 now, arm did not show. He has until 3 right here. Is Gianni gonna fade?
Wait a sec.
Wait a minute.
You know, he's trying to mock the Italian strongman. We've seen that Sicilian sleeper being utilized.
Oh, and look at this now, and John dropping Gianni. Here's the cover.
Oh, just a 2 count. You know, that Sicilian sleeper has won quite a few contests for GME, and I think SGNJ was trying to rub his face in it. But as you mentioned, Austin, the heat, the humidity inside the warehouse this evening, trying to stop the powerhouse. But right now, you can't stop a couple of big boots and a big, almost like a version of that Kawatami clothesline. Both individuals are down.
And the sweat is starting to show as we take another look at this replay here from Sidekick Media Services. GME levels John, but who can get to their feet first?
I mean, this was an impromptu match that was set up here, but if you want to talk about impromptu, our wise out, Eamon Payton, starting out Thursday Night Fights, was interrupted by John.
Ooh. Yeah, poor Eamon didn't even get to do his introductions here early on.
Yeah, our headsets weren't even on when John straddled himself out here.
Gianni taking full control over some guy named John. Right now you can see Mitch's face as well. Conflicted as ever in the background, but Gianni might have John here.
Goozled him. Big choke slam.
Good goodness.
2. Oh, come on, Mitch.
And Mitch again hesitating on the count. What the hell, Mitch? Count the 3.
I mean, he's a young man that is suffering from confliction. But Mitch, you will be free too, buddy.
He must have lied on his resume. He does not know how to count.
I don't think it's that he doesn't know how to count. It's just he's refused to. Wait a sec. He's popping off that jersey.
Oh, we only knew this was a matter of time.
Come on now.
Mitch, you bastard.
Oh, dropped on his head in a cover here. 1, 2, and 3. Wait! No! There's some life in the Italian strongman. And Mitch, you better hope that GME doesn't get up. And right now...
Are you fucking stupid?
Come on now.
Fucking
He's a young man, John.
And John just getting in the face of Mitch. I mean, Mitch was the one that nearly gave some guy named John the win here.
Again, mocking Gianni.
Wait a minute.
He's playing too many games. Big power slam. Cover. 1, 2, 3. 3, did it.
Oh my God.
Here is your winner, Gianni Michael Emricko!
Austin, you're shaking the whole stage. You're jumping up and down back here.
Let's freaking go. Some guy named John John is out of 880 Wrestling.
Thank you.
Sing along with us.
Hear something? You can be louder than that. This asshole?
Not to call out Mr. Sword, but he's on mute. He's singing along too.
Oh, fellas!
Some guy named John is gone. Get him, boys. Go get him. Go get him.
The locker room has enough of this
John, look at me.
gentrification.
John, look at me. I'll see you later. Pull his ass out.
Tonight is the final night of some guy named John in 880 Wrestling.
Hey, Toddy, I don't mean to cut you off. We're going to crack and pull one for this.
An ice cold, icy light from Pittsburgh's favorite Jagoff.
Watch your feet, watch your feet.
Kicking and screaming, SG&J being carried out of the warehouse.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Get him out of here.
This seems like an appropriate time. Get my music.
Folks, GM Free is here. For all the frustration, for all the down talk, from being put below an intern, the former two-time 880 champion is finally unchained.
Oh, look at this.
We have a new induction into the Italian army, or so Mitch thinks.
Well, not only is Gianni free, Mitch the intern has no longer... Oh. Wait a minute!
Ow!
Well, I mean, for old time's sake, why not?
Gianni Michael Emricko is a free man. And 880 Wrestling is free of the gentrification of some guy named John. What a start to Thursday Night Fights. Kicking and screaming out goes SG&J. And I'll tell you what, I never saw you chug a beer that fast, buddy.
Buddy, I just graduated from college, and this moment tops that easily. This is amazing. This is the moment of the year right here. This is great. I love you, Gianni. Let's go.
Let's go. GM Free.
Thank you, Gianni. Thank you.
Go, buddy.
Thank you. I mean, respectfully, he kind of had it coming.
He did. I mean, part of me feels bad for Mitch, but just part.
Hey, you need a drink, Mitch?
One on the house.
I was offering you
hey,
one.
He was being
Well,
nice.
now that that's out of the way, who's ready for some more wrestling? This next match is a tag team match scheduled for one fall.
Well, the dark cloud is back over the warehouse.
Introducing first, team number one. They are the team of the Viking Rover, Gunnar Bergmann. His partner is the Skunk Dog, DBeat Cooper. Together, they represent the Dead Hand Society.
Gunnar Bergmann voted most likely to get caught up at a metal detector. That black cloud, the Dead Hand Society, looms over the warehouse, and it's because of the DHS.
and their opponents.
Oh, yeah.
Well, since her return, she has certainly bloomed. This connection of these two, they help motivate each other every day. They're on a hot streak at 880 Wrestling.
Making their way to the ring, first, fighting out of East New York, this is the Smoke Seeker, Shotgun Adams. His partner, fighting out of your local flower garden, she is the botanical badass, the unwilting Tatiana.
We call them Tatiana, Shotgun Adams, Tatiana, firmly in the corner of the 880 Wrestling roster, and they're here to defend our bars. I mean, directly opposite attitudes from these two teams.
I mean, one of the teams was rooting for the New York Knicks, and the other one lives in a 10 outside, so.
Yeah, the other one doesn't even have cable TV. Kind of feel bad for Shoddy. I mean, longtime New Yorker moves to Pittsburgh, and that's when his team wins. Of course, DBeat Cooper was a part of Ruggapalooza 2. Had a one-on-one contest with Zakiya Mercer. Gunnar Bergmann, on the other hand, was at Boom on the Bridge. Of course, Austin Carnes, my buddy over here, hosted Boom on the Bridge. That is out now. Thank you, Scotty Swemba. Ruggapalooza 2 will be out at the end of this week in full. And coming up here on the 4th of July, Gunnar Bergman's going to go one-on-one with the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young. So Gunnar's schedule is, I mean, it's lighting up, even though that he's sort of dark himself.
Yeah, Gunnar Bergmann is still a little bit mad at me as well from the Boom on the Bridge. There was a bit of a music issue, and he kind of grabbed me up at the end of the show and was like, what the hell is going on?
I did see that.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to stay far, far away from the Viking Grove. I don't know if you saw him eyeball us a little bit.
Yeah, well, speaking of eyeballs, I don't know that he has any anymore. I mean, it's just black when you look into them.
Yeah, it's very, very scary.
But kind of a different mixture of styles here. DB Cooper, rough and tumble, the scum dog of Amarillo. And what we got with Shotgun Adams is more of a powerhouse, heavy striking. I think Shotgun Adams is a very interesting individual, spent some time learning at T2T Brooklyn, and now is at 880 Wrestling, tagging in his partner in two different lives.
Oh, look at this.
You and Paul got to learn that. Cover 2. Oh, just a 2 count. Of course, Tatiana, former TNF champion. And speaking about the TNF championship, of course, in our main event, the rubber match. Marco Narciso, Blizzy Blake. Of course, last week on Thursday Night Fight, Blizzy Blake captured the TNF championship from Marco Narciso this past weekend at Ruggapalooza 2. Marco with a big win. So in the past week, they're 1-1, so stay tuned to our main event. We also got the 880 Tag Team Championships on the line, DOJ and Deathwatch. And speaking of the Tag Team Championships, the pecking order here, I mean, it's going to straighten itself out with a tag match like this. Could DHS pick up the win? Could Tatiana pick up the win? But right now, speaking of Tatiana,
oh my gosh.
My goodness.
Yeah, a little misdirection there from Gunnar Bergmann, catching Tatiana off guard.
Yeah, Gunnar Bergmann under the tutelage of Nick's Wild and the Dead Hand Society. As there's a lot to be said about the Viking Rover. I mean, he strikes fear into hearts of many individuals. And unfortunately for the 880 Wrestling roster, he's just getting started here.
And that's exactly why Nick's Wild recruited Gunnar Bergmann. I mean, that's exactly what you would need in a faction like the Dead Hand Society. He invokes that fear and that anticipation and the fear of the unknown against his opponents. And poor Tatiana is suffering firsthand.
Yeah, we've seen a new spark, a new energy from Tatiana. Wait a second, cover here. Since her return, attempting to snuff that out tonight is the Dead Hand Society. Gunnar Bergmann gripped you up and you live to tell about it?
I'm shocked. I didn't even have to pay him like Paul did.
Big Jim Fridge, 1/4 of the 880 Tag Team Champions, is out to our right here, scouting the competition.
Don't you have a tag title match to be prepared for?
He's already prepared.
Gotcha.
And the DOJ Clubhouse, they have said that if they don't lose a wrestling match, how in the world could they lose the Tag Team Championship? So they're looking to go perfect over their run in 2026 as champion. If they don't lose a match, they can't lose the titles. And 2027 as well and beyond, as Big Jim Fridge is saying.
Hey, DOJ on top. Look at DBeat, though.
Yeah.
Got a quick cover on Tatiana. Tati, though, I mean, let's not forget, she's a former TNF champion as well in her past year at 880 Wrestling, so a lot at stake here in this match already.
Yeah, the Stump Dog is much like a rabid raccoon and even more dangerous in the day. If you see a raccoon during the day, you know it's got rabies. And right now, Shotgun Adams struggling to break free from Lefty as some undermining business happens in the corner.
And all the Dead Hand Society shenanigans are already beginning to show. Tatiana having to fight back. Kind of 2-on-1 since Shotgun was caught up with the official originally.
But as you notice, Tatiana is being kept away from Shotgun Adams, the space between her and her tag team partner. One thing about the Dead Hand Society that none of us can argue, and what makes us particularly scared of them right now, they've been very cohesive. Now, there is no championships right now in the DHS Clubhouse, but they've dawned that Remy LeVay is finally defeated. And he's finally defeated because of that man, Gunnar Bergmann, who attacked him backstage. We haven't seen or heard from Remy LeVay since.
That's what makes Gunnar just so dangerous, is the simple fact that it doesn't matter what member of Dead Hand Society you put him with, he finds success. He finds that dominant showing that he's able to put out there. And someone that's experienced a Shotgun and Tati, I mean, he's able to go up against him just fine.
You know, in DHS, it's very hard to plan for because you never know who's going to be teaming up or where they're coming from or how many there are. Big double elbow from Cooper and Bergmann. And Austin, Tatiana has been in this match for quite some time.
Yeah, indeed she has. I mean, the humidity eventually has to catch up to her. I mean, there's obviously 2-on-1 assaults from both DB Cooper and Gunnar Bergmann. Tatiana is in bad ways right now, so she can make the tag in the corner of the Shotgun out. That would be huge.
But the humidity, the heat, as Austin mentioned, yeah, it's taking out our lights here. Exchanging blows. Oh! Center field collision, and both Tati and DB. DB's facing the wrong way.
Well, they were so impactful, the lights came back on. As we take another look here.
Sidekick Media Services bringing that replay back.
Oh, wait a minute, Gunnar Bergmann again doing a great job of trying to pull Tatiana away from Shotgun, but here is the tag, and here comes Shotgun Adams.
Oh, and Shotty's been on the outside for quite some time. He's got a lot of fire, and you've just seen Tatiana get beat on here. Now he's taking DB down.
Shotgun Adams is feeling himself right now, although it is humid. He is still the most fresh in this match. Kick down low here.
You know, they made the mistake of letting Tati tag Shotgun Adams in. If they were able to neutralize Tati, they may have got a big W. But with this heat and humidity that's taken out our lights, Shotty's the only one with some extra oxygen in his lungs.
We ain't done yet.
Look at this, big fisherman suplex from Shotgun Adams into the cover.
That's the thing about the Viking Rover. I mean, he's large and in charge. He's hard to move out of the way if nothing else. Will be in the Viking Rovers territories. He takes MV Young on one this 4th of July. But wait a second here. Tati has some extra life.
He's scaling to the second rope is Tati. Shotgun Adams throws the back elbow.
Oh, big shotgun drop kick.
Chemistry is on point from Tati and Shotgun right now. But here's DBeat for the DDT.
Makes Jake the Snake happy. Lefty and oh! Just a 2 count.
You say that because DBeat is living with snakes right now outside?
Well, he's not only living with snakes, but I mean, he calls them his family, so
that's fair.
Yes, yeah.
Wait a minute, where did he get a chair from?
Where did he get a chair from? Lefty being pushed around.
Must have pulled out his inventory or something. Wait a minute!
Second, shotgun rolling him up. 2, that's it. What a
Here
win.
are your winners, the team of the elusive Tatiana and Shotgun Alao.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a big night so far. Some guy named John, excommunicated from 880 Wrestling, shot Gianni with a big tag team win, and you know what, Austin? I'm feeling good. Why don't you take the night off?
Are you sure?
There's more icy lights in the back.
Is there?
Yeah, go have a party with Casey Ward.
Oh, I'm going to have a party right now. Paul, clock in.
Can we get Paul out here? Okay, Paul is clocking in.
That was bullshit. We got some talking to do, bud.
Hey, you. Are you looking for something fun to do on the weeknight? Well, do I have a game for you. It's Top Rope Tabletop. Tune in live on the Indie Wrestling Network, streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. And tune in to see your favorite local wrestlers do magic, fight enemies, roll dice, fail perception checks, and contemplate life's mysteries and the horrible atrocities occurring to our characters. And don't worry, you can bring snacks. In fact, you should. And water. You need to drink more water. Live every month with the Indie Wrestling Network. It's Top Rope Tabletop, babes.
This next match is a singles match scheduled for one fall. And it is for the Hybrid Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Well, it is time to clock in. To my right, the professional Paul Michaels joined me. I'm Toddy Sondera. Thank you so much for tuning in to 880 Wrestling's Thursday Night Fights.
Introducing first, the challenger, representing the Glass City. This is wrestling's most explosive athlete, Tessen Gates.
Tessen Gates makes his return to 880 Wrestling. He's been ever explosive in his contest so far at the Warehouse. Paul Michaels, how do you feel about Tessen Gates?
Very impressed by what we've seen from Tessen Gates so far, but this one is going to be a test, Toddy.
First, the head trainer here at 880 Wrestling, MV Young, representing Hybrid Championship Wrestling as their heavyweight champion. Went one-on-one with Casey War at Boom on the Bridge, and now returns to his people, to the Warehouse.
He is Pittsburgh made, Pittsburgh paid, and internationally laid. He is the current, reigning and defending hybrid heavyweight champion, the King of Pittsburgh, MV Young.
I didn't hear you give him a boosh on his way out.
Oh, we do that now?
We do.
Boosh.
Scotty Lefty Davidson, the official for this contest. And the weather is hot and humid at the warehouse. And as the people now continue to trickle in, they're going to be hot and sweaty with us. Got some folks from the Midwest stopping by the shop. Excuse me, the warehouse. Calling an elbow tie-up. And we know, Paul, that throughout the week, this match was set up late last week. Tessen Gates has been swinging for the fences and wants a dinger of his own. Is he stepping up to the king here because he thinks that there's going to be a beatdown situation?
Yeah, this is somewhat circumstantial evidence. Don't have any hard proof of it, but I heard a rumor that Tessen Gates kind of slid into MV Young's DMs this week and was talking a little trash on socials.
Yeah, he was poking the bear a little bit. But I'll tell you what, MV Young isn't an individual who is about talk. He's never been about talk. He is about results. And right now, big shoulder tackle from Tessen Gates. I mean, we talk about Tessen Gates, and when we were outside here, the warehouse, I mean, it looked impressive in one of my favorite matches, an underrated match here at 880 Wrestling in 2026, was that big multi-person match with Tessen Gates, Magnus, Knox, Kristian Robinson, Brohemoth. We saw Tessen Gates go almost flying into the dumpster. He has a lot to prove, though, in the state of Pennsylvania. Oh, big hip toss thrust there. Of course, coming up here at Enjoy Wrestling, part of that Captain's Falls match, MV Young on Team Enjoy Wrestling against the Best Business Bureau with Enjoy Wrestling champion Darius Carter. Oh, full velocity fastball down the middle.
It's been a long time since I've had a science class, but I think the heat might have made that louder somehow.
Well, let's test your hypothesis. Oh, you can see the sweat, the perspiration, and a puff of smoke almost off the chest of Gates. Oh, maybe looking for that plunge. Oh, wait a sec. Holding them straight up in the air, and Tessen Gates isn't a small individual, Paul. Whoosh! Down to the canvas.
Incredible strategy there by MV Young on that vertical suplex, allowing the blood to rush to the head of his opponent before dropping him, making the impact that much more dangerous.
And that's the nerve of MV Young. I mean, Tessen Gates could talk all that trash, but the confidence exudes from the King of Pittsburgh. So coming up here is our 5th anniversary of MV Young's Big Ass Barbecue. 5 years of the barbecue. Been there for all 5. Oh, wait a sec. A little tit for tat there. Tessen Gates showing off that he could be a powerhouse too. I mean, I don't count out an individual like Tessen Gates. He's just waiting for that big moment. Could that moment be tonight? You know, it is a night of championships, Paul. We have the hybrid championship on the line right now. Tag championships on the line. In our main event, Marco Narciso, Blizzy Blake rubber match for that TNF championship. Cover here, 2 to count.
And again, here, if you're someone like MV Young, the preparation to face somebody like Tessen Gates is completely different. You know, a lot of times here in the warehouse on a Thursday night, you know, MV Young is mixing it up with somebody that he trained. He knows them very well. He doesn't need to do outside scouting reports because he taught them so much of what they know, 90+% of it. Tessen Gates does not fall into that category. So, has way less tape, way less familiarity as a whole with Tessen Gates and his strategy and his offense.
That's a great point. That's why they call you the professional. Big scoop slam. Big senton.
I thought it was the tie.
And of course, expelling that oxygen is very important when it's hot and humid. We've seen that utilized this evening from sleeper holds, from cross faces. Sometimes they say, oh, there we go. There's that sleeper hold that I mentioned before. Sometimes they say, the quickest way to end a championship reign is switching up your offense that maybe your opponent hasn't seen before. And as you said, Paul, there's a lot less tape on a Tessen Gates. MV Young doesn't see Tessen Gates every day of the week as he does with some of these individuals. Big power slam. Look at that. The whole ring moved about 1.5 feet, but just a 2 count. Now we've seen MV Young be caught by surprise by amateur wrestler Reese Hayes, who defeated MV Young for that hybrid championship. MV did win that championship back and has been defending it ever since, but the only way so far that MV Young has lost the match is by surprise. There was no surprise going into this one. Oh, my goodness. Playing a little opossum is the KOP, and he's fired up. Oh! Shout out Casey War with a big old brain buster to our hardcore champion. Lefty down, 2. Wait a sec, that's only a 2. I thought for sure that was it.
See here on the replay provided by Sidekick Media Services, the brain buster again, keeping a brunt of the impact down on the back of the head of Tessen Gates. And although it did not end the match directly, it's definitely proven to be somewhat of a momentum shift as MV Young, the hybrid heavyweight champion, is now in full control.
Slips out of it. I don't know if that was by design or by perspiration, but a big DDT.
With the sheer humidity in this room, it's hard to get a grip on anything, possibly literally and figuratively. And that created the opening that Tessen needed.
Big boot to the gut, into the corner. Full steam ahead. My goodness. What? Oh my goodness. I don't know what you call one of those, but it was incredibly effective. And I don't see the champ saw coming too. Oh! Bit of whiplash scenario for the KOP. His neck swung back of his head smacked off the canvas ball.
We were a fractional of a second away there from having a new hybrid heavyweight champion. Look at Tessen Gates here staying on MV Young, though. MV fighting back out of it now.
It's always that all-Japan style from MV Young. First he busted his brain, and then he plunged his Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plunged with a boosh. Cover. And you're going to need a spatula. That's a no-doubter.
Here is your winner, and still hybrid heavyweight champion, MV Young!
MV Young victorious on Thursday Night Fights. That replay brought to you by Sidekick Media Services. And from Brainbuster to Pittsburgh Plunge Ball, the challenger down.
Yeah, Tessen Gates certainly was impressive tonight in the loss. You don't always have to be in the win column to be impressive here in 880 Wrestling or anywhere, but big W for MV.
Let's get it one more time for your winner, MV Young. And speaking of MV Young, our next big event here at the warehouse will be on Friday, July 24th for MV Young 24th. This next match is a 6-person scramble match scheduled for 1 fall, and is to determine the #1 contender to the TNF Championship.
Well, the stipulations are quite curious here. We will find out in our main event who will leave the warehouse as champion, and we will also, Paul, figure out the #1 contender.
So whoever is the winner of our main event tonight, Blizzy Blake versus Marco Narciso, will have the winner of this match waiting in the wings.
Accompanied by Centurion Hall, fighting out Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the Playboy,
Elijah Love looking an extra devilish this evening, accompanied to the ring by the Queen Man-Eater Centurion Hall. And Elijah Love's been on a bit of an upswing, especially being the right-hand tit, the champion in training to one Marco Narciso.
Yeah, Elijah has an interesting history with both Blizzy Blake and Marco Narciso. And may have, if he wins tonight, would face either one of them for the TNF championship.
But Marco Narciso no longer the champion, so how could Elijah be a tit? More on that at 11.
Participant #2, fighting on Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. This is Battle Buck Magnus Knox.
Magnus Knox continues to make his presence known. The Battle Buck has been showing up and showing out. We talk about one of our favorite matches so far this year at 880 Wrestling was that big scramble that happened just outside by the dumpster. Magnus Knox was a part of that, so this is not a recently unfamiliar situation for the Battle Buck.
I've seen Magnus Knox quite a bit in tag team action in recent weeks, but a big singles opportunity on the horizon here if he wins this one.
Speaking about singles opportunity, Alao Dreams won one-on-one with Brandon St. James at No Ceilings 2. Unsuccessful, but now on a quest for another championship.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, this is a prophecy.
Alao Dreams doesn't seem to be phased from that loss from Brandon St. James. I mean, he may have picked up an L there, but I think it shows you that Alao Dreams has the confidence, has the poise to be a main event star here at 880 Wrestling. Get those A's up.
Almost just as much as about the 880 championship itself. That main event last Friday was about respect.
Yeah.
Alao did not earn the title, but I do think he earned the respect.
The hottest act at 880 Wrestling, and I'm not talking about the temperature, is the damn DOJ.
The accompanied by the Department of Jocks, by out the South Hills of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is 1/4 of the 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions. The man with the motion, the muscle, Micky Morris.
You want to talk about a young man that has looked quite impressive here in a short time, how elevated his confidence has been being around the Jocks. I mean, it's not often that we have 4 tag team champions. Wait, 1, 2, 3 championship belts here.
He walked past the fish market, you know what I'm saying? He stopped, he took a deep breath, he said, "Woo! Good morning, ladies." You like that shit, man?
Big return, Paul.
That spanner was just made.
number 5, he is the Kobe Bryant of IndyWrestling, the real steelboy of this ship. This is the psychedelic juggernaut, Kristian Robinson.
It's been one hell of a couple of weeks for Kristian Robinson. Went one-on-one with Rich Swann at Unsanctioned Pro. And add to the accolades that after this contest, he may be becoming the TNF champion #1 contender.
And back when Marco Narciso was the TNF champion, Kristian Robinson came up short in a contest. He might go one-on-one with his tag team partner, Blizzy Blade. Wait a second.
Representing Psychedelic Dreams, this is the Psychedelic Prince, Sammy Suntheimer.
You have a problem with Sammy?
I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's very interesting. I did not expect Sammy Suntheimer to be in this particular Scramble matchup for this TNF championship opportunity. Of course, he challenged KC War last Friday for the 880 Hardcore Championship. So we've got both Alao Dreams and Sammy Suntheimer, the two-time 880 Tag Team Champions of Psychedelic Dreams, both as singles competitors in this matchup.
Well, yes, both of these individuals, Sammy Suntheimer and Alao Dreams, do both represent Psychedelic Dreams, but I'll tell you what we saw at No Ceilings, these two young men were on their own individual journeys. Sammy Suntheimer, of course, challenged KC War. Alao Dreams challenged Brandon St. James, but continuing on that path, I mean, there's only one winner to this match, and I'll tell you what, that winner right now is not looking like Elijah Love. His pretty face getting pretty beat up there by this cavalcade of superstars.
Yeah, and there will only be one winner at the end, but it doesn't mean that there won't be temporary alliances, as you saw just there. A tandem super kick by Psychedelic Dreams on Magnus Knox, and now another one to Micky Morris. And I think having both members of Psychedelic Dreams in this match can change the early dynamic.
Oh, it's a double super kick there. The athletic ability, the physical strength, and the acumen of Kristian Robinson. I mean, in these scenarios, he usually comes out on top. But I'll tell you what, Paul, as you mentioned before, Psychedelic Dreams working together in their early goings. But wait a sec. There can only be one #1 contender, and oh my goodness. Forcing a collision is the playboy.
Yeah, the optimal strategy in a matchup like this is to turn it into a de facto one-on-one match as Micky Morris with a huge cross body.
Oh.
The action will be fast and furious here.
And that's that snap. That's that perkiness. That's that attitude of one Micky Morris, but can only talk so much before you get slapped, and the battle buck is in there. Look at that, big springboard back elbow. And the archer from the woods, that is Magnus Knox, planning down Micky Morris. I mean, Magnus Knox looks impressive, more impressive week by week here. Yikes. Duck under. Oh. Professional skateboarder and high flyer, one half of the Grapaholics. Kristian Robinson in there, but Elijah Love, with a banshee scream that he gets from Narciso, I'm sure.
And you mentioned one half of Grapaholics with the current TNF champion, Blizzy Blade. Could we see Grapaholics collide if Kristian Robinson wins this matchup?
That's a great point. These two are very familiar with one another. These two have been training partners over the last year. Micky Morris could be double golden. By fraternity rule, he is a tag team champion, 1/4. Slammed on his head. We have a fraternity role, the four of us. It's Eamon, you, Austin, and me. Have you ever been in a fraternity before?
I haven't. They were banned at my college.
But wait a sec. Sammy Suntheimer accidentally execute a super kick in the face of Alao Dreams. Now, it doesn't seem to be by design.
Certainly every competitor for himself. Sammy doesn't look like he wanted to pull the trigger on Alao, at least at this stage in the matchup.
There's K-Rob. Oh, big pump knee to the face. Deadlift. Yikes! Down on the back. Magnus, Knox, and K-Rob getting the warehouse behind him. Now, what do you think about K-Rob with the neon gold, Paul? Oh, wait a sec. Lands on his feet again. Oh, my goodness.
Got out of that backstabber, but plan B pays dividends for Elijah Love. And Christian Robinson now retreating. So Mickey Morris coming in. Again, you have to have eyes in the back of your head, the side of your head, maybe even somewhere in your lower back for a matchup like this.
That's one pinfall to the finish. But wait a sec. Mickey, our collegiate athlete, is going to fly onto the bricks at the warehouse. The motion man on fire right now. And as you see, Sidekick Media Services brought you this replay off the second rope. I mean, and he could have went another 10 feet if he wanted to.
It's a rare opportunity to take out all 5 of your opponents in a 6-man match, but now back to live action. Alao Dreams taking temporarily advantage of this situation.
I think he's lining up that dream catcher. Wait a sec, Sammy was propelled into the way by Mickey Morris. Wait a sec. Wait, 1, 2. Wait, Alao didn't hesitate. Alao did not hesitate to try to pin Sammy there.
Yeah, we did not see the same trepidation from Alao as we had from Sammy. Look out!
Big boot to the face. Yeah, Sammy had a little bit of trepidation when approaching Alao. But that love tap wins for Elijah Love.
Here is your winner and the #1 contender for the TNF Championship, Elijah Love.
The Playboy Elijah Love continues to improve his status here on Thursday Night Fights. Now the #1 contender for that TNF Championship, or in his mind and Marco's mind, the TNF Championship. I guess he is one big tit after all.
Yeah, the Trampion in Training program might be a little bit expedited by way of this victory, but whoever's victorious in tonight's main event, we know that the Playboy Elijah Love is next in line. Back to our unshakable
Folks, we got 2 more big matches to come up here on TNF. But before we do, we want to give some shout-outs and some thank yous to the folks here at AAD Wrestling that make this show happen each and every Thursday for free. They are the unsung heroes of this company, and we want to show them some love. First, let's give it up for our sponsors for this evening. La Spada Contracting and Landscaping. Visit them for your home renovation needs. Also, Arnold Glass and Vape, right outside of New Kensington. Go check them out. Shout out to TR and the great people over there, as well as 3 Floyds Brewing, a local Pittsburgh company here. We're so grateful that they are our sponsors. If you want to sponsor 880 Wrestling, send us an email at 880wrestling@gmail.com. Let's give it up, of course. We can't be broadcasting on IndyWrestling.live and on YouTube without the great folks at Sidekick Media Services. Sorg staying hydrated. We love to see it. Shout out to our camera people. They do a fantastic job each and every time. I also want to shout out over on sound. Give it up to the biggest star of the warehouse, Lane Alexander.
Your favorite, Paul. Your favorite.
Great job as always. Our lighting crew, Zane and Aaron, the entire Woods family, they do a fantastic job with our presentation. We're so grateful to them as well. Over on commentary for this evening, I first want to give it up. He might be, is he still there? Professional Paul Michaels, and there he is. Give it up for Paul, everybody.
He Even wearing the tie with
Give it up as well. He was the host of Boom on the Bridge, which you can watch right now on YouTube. Give it up for Pittsburgh's favorite jack-off, Austin Carnes.
Sponsor MIC Light.
Staying hydrated in a different way.
Yeah.
And also, he was the host of Ruggapalooza, which you can check out online later this week. He is the voice of 880 Wrestling, Tatiana.
Why is yours bigger than mine?
Chug. Like I said, stay hydrated, folks. I want to thank our referees for this evening, Scotty Davidson and George Ross, who are doing a fantastic job, as always.
Well, I have to overcompensate.
And last but not least, my name is Eamon Payton. Thank you all so much for allowing me to host each and every Thursday here on Thursday Night Fights.
Talk about two boys who wear different shorts.
This next match is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. And it is for the 880 Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
So let's serious up for a moment. We talk about the high spirit the Department of Jocks have captured at 880 Wrestling, but there's no fire bigger than what's burning in the heart of Deathwatch.
Introducing first, the challengers. They are the team of the Emperor's Finest, the Lost Primarch, Gianni fucking Demise. His partner, fighting out of level 4, he is the Gigabyte Grizzly, Brohemoth. You are on Deathwatch.
Speaking about Boom on the Bridge, Deathwatch victorious over Creep. And I'll tell you what, Deathwatch has been on a death march for quite some time. And they've been laying out all the competition here. Could tonight be the night that they've got the gold?
It certainly could be. They came up short last Friday in a multi-team matchup, but this is a straight-up 2v2 between Deathwatch and the Jocks.
Yeah, it's been quite some time since they've had an opportunity to be in a tag team match 2-on-2. Wait a second.
Making their way to the ring, fighting out of the CCAC Auxiliary Gymnasium. They are the current, reigning and defending 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Wearing number 69, Big Jim Bridge. His partner, wearing number 1 and standing at 6'7", Swayze. They are the Department of Jocks.
Well, Paul, when you were not out here before, Big Jim Bridge was scouting the competition between Tatiana and the Dead Hand Society. I fear that Big Jim Bridge is looking through Deathwatch and not at them.
That's not a team that I would want to look through, to your point, or look past even, if you're in the Department of Jocks. Because as you mentioned, Deathwatch has been on an absolute tear. It's been months since we've seen a member of Deathwatch get pinned in competition. So this is a huge challenge here for the Jocks.
Referee for this competition, of course, senior official George Ross. Micky Morris a little bit earlier in this broadcast, unsuccessful. His quest for the TNF #1 contendership. But all of the Jocks hold gold, of course, this past weekend. Now, Department of Jocks were also part of Boom on the Bridge. Their compatriot Chug was down at Ruggapalooza too. where Chug went one-on-one with the Black Sheep, Nick Swile, the former 880 champion. Of course, that should be out a little bit later on this week on YouTube. Thank you, CRT Wrestling. Sliding through there is Big Jim Fridge. Oh, big hip toss through. I noticed that DOJ has developed new dance moves that they are attempting to perfect. Drive-by Fridge right now. Big boot by the Iceman.
You always have to keep him guessing, Toddy.
Oh, splash there, cover, 2. Oh, just a 2 count.
And what a first half of the year it was for the wrestling career of Big Jim Fridge specifically. Of course, as he tags out, horrendous timing. But at one point he challenged for the 880 championship. He made debuts in Enjoy Wrestling and Hybrid Championship Wrestling. And then, of course, captured the Tag Team Championships just a month ago.
Big elbow drop in to your credit, Paul. That's great that you had noticed that. I've also noticed he's become a bit of a poster boy to 880 Wrestling. He's been all of our posters.
When do you think I'm going to be on a poster?
When do you think I'm going to be on a poster?
You were on the Ruggapalooza poster, right?
Oh, I hosted that. Yeah.
So I mean, you were there.
I guess so.
Maybe the key is that I host something. Oh, what's going on here?
Well,
that's some sportsmanship.
Well, I think we got a hydration break, so chug a lug.
Apparently the break is over, and we're right back to action here.
Take a sip for the working man. That's you. You're the professional.
I still don't understand needing a water that big. Big clothesline by Johnny Demise.
I'm overcompensating, but when don't I?
You mentioned that, but I still don't know. I feel like there's a middle ground somewhere. Covered by Demise, and Swayze gets the shoulder up.
Mentioned Hybrid Championship Wrestling. Of course, Paul and myself are a part of Effie's in the Middle of Nowhere, which from what I understand will hit YouTube in the next week or so. That features a lot of the 880 superstars right now. Deathwatch taking control now.
And next month, Hybrid Championship Wrestling will be right here at the warehouse.
That's correct.
For the Slaughterhouse event. That's on August 8th. We've got some 880 talent that will be part of that as part of the talent exchange between the two companies.
It'll also include Mance Warner, KJ Orso, and so much more. The talent exchange for Hybrid Championship Wrestling has been something that, with 880 Wrestling this year, it's been such a fun time to be a part of. And William Porter is always scouting. They're always scouting our talent. And right now, our tag team champions are being taken to work by Deathwatch.
Well, if they're watching right now, maybe Deathwatch will be part of that event.
Yeah, you never know.
In August.
And sure, this is about the gold. That's the most important thing. But right now, Deathwatch is a team who always think they're being overlooked. So right now, they're really laying it into DOJ and proving their worth, as they do every week. Oh, big pump kick. Again, horrendous timing, as you mentioned before. But Big Dev Swayze firing back up.
Champions now in control. Tag from Swayze to Fridge. Smart, frequent tags here by the champions, keeping a man fresh. All the more important with the humidity in the house tonight.
Yeah, it's not often you see Big Brohemoth being taken to task like this. But with the heat and humidity, I think you're right, Paul. I mean, maybe keeping the bigger of the two competitors in the ring, maybe wearing Brohemoth out. You know, just a year ago, it was Brohemoth that was throwing around DOJ, head-butting him to space, and right now the gold is around the waist of the Department of Jocks. A lot can change at a week-to-week basis at 880 Wrestling.
This is a what have you done for me lately business, and lately The Jocks have been the talk of the town in the tag team division and beyond.
Yeah, multiple counties have seen what Department of Jocks have done. Oh. Oh, big right hand. Back elbow. You know, not many can look right into the eye of Brohemoth, but Dev Swayze does that, and out he goes. Hydration break.
Another hydration break.
Would you want me to use my smaller water bottle? I've got 3 sizes.
I'd feel slightly more secure if you did that.
Okay. Smaller one it is.
That was still bigger than mine.
Well, maybe a few more MV Young barbecues you'll level up. Well, that hydration break has done more than motivate Big Jim Fridge just a little bit. Oh, collision there, but it also covered in sweat, covered in water. I mean, you might have a slippy situation for JFD.
And now the fresher challenger, Johnny Demise, is tagged into the matchup as well.
I mean, this battle for the tag team championships has been hard fought in all sense of the word. A lot has been taken out of all 4 of these individuals. Now the respect, that word has been thrown around in a lot of these championship matches. And there's a lot of respect between these 4 individuals. They've been in the ring together multiple times, and every time it ends up quite like this.
Yeah, and as things break down here and we get into a little bit less structured match, a little bit more chaos, you'd think that shift in focus would favor the challengers.
What's looking like it does. Wait a sec, we've seen this end quite a few, but Jim Fridge, big cutter, intercepted the big Brohemoth. And what a momentum shift that has served. T-pop drop for the champions. Covered by Fridge, 2, and still.
Here are your winners, and still 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Department of Jocks.
And another W for DOJ. Who can stop this train of Jocks?
You see there on the replay provided by Sidekick Media Services at the T-Pop drop. Give me a hell, give me a yeah. DOJ still on top.
You're not on a poster. You haven't had a move named after you yet. I mean, another notch every week, professional. Another notch.
Big Jim Fridge does know my Instagram handle, which is, of course, at Paul Michaels Wrestling, and he seems to reference that a lot for some reason.
It's always DOJ on top. Great future for these 3 individuals.
Bright future. I mean, the present's not looking too bad either.
Folks, who here is ready for your main event of the evening? Y'all can do better than that. Let me hear it one more time. Who's ready for your Thursday night fights main event of the evening? It is a singles match scheduled for 1 fall. And it is for the TNF Championship.
Now, Marco Narciso claimed to be surprised by his opponent last week and that's why Blizzy Blake was able to capture that TNF championship. No surprises this week, Paul.
Nowhere close.
Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the Den of Desire. This is borderline indecent, Marco Narciso.
And this horse has been in a mood, to say the least. 1 week ago here on Thursday Night Fights, the champion lost their championship.
It's been a very long time since we've heard Marco the Challenger.
It has.
He's had a stranglehold on that neon gold. And again, this time he's got a week of preparation under his belt. He now has a non-title, no-ring victory over Blizzy Blake from Ruggapalooza 2.
I
Hold your ears.
am a dignified and composed person. That's why, Blake, I'm giving you the opportunity to come into this ring and gracefully hand over what's mine. You know, I still don't know how in the hell your name got in that dish, but if you know it's good for not only you, but for the entire Earth,
we're bringing the planet
you'll
into
right
this.
your wrongs right this instant. Get out of here now! Now! Go ahead, Blake, music. Go ahead. Blake, you don't even have a lick of tramp in you. No, you don't. No. And a tramp has never licked you either! No!
Well, Blizzy Blake.
And you know what else? You know what else, George? Guess what? Pride isn't because it's July. It's because Blake stole my belt! Give it back! Come on. Hand it over! Hand it over! We can do this the hard way. Come on. Bring it to me.
Seems fair.
Hand it over. That's my championship. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hand it over. Hand it over. Or hand it. He's going to give it to me.
Whoa, well, ring the bell. I mean, Blizzy Blake, our greenest wrestler, certainly knows his way around a bowl, as you said earlier, Paul Michaels, and that's why Marco Narciso seems to think that maybe Blizzy Blake stacked the deck a little bit, and but Elijah Love is the one that picked the name.
And per the investigation from the Green Lottery Committee, it seems that the most probable action here is that Blizzy Blake put his own name in the bowl. And again, to Marco's point, Blizzy Blake was not eligible for the Green Lottery. That makes, from a certain point of view, this entire championship reign a sham.
A sham.
I mean, he did win the match fair and square, but it's a match he shouldn't have been in to begin with. It's complicated.
Well, I don't know where I'm coming from. If your very own special tit picks the name, that's exactly who should they be fighting. And I'll tell you what, Blizzy Blake, Marco Narciso, over this past week, including last week and this weekend's Ruggapalooza, this is the rubber match, Paul. They have a victory over one another in this past week, so it is 1-1, and Blizzy Blake, our current holder of the neon gold, is not pulling any punches tonight.
Now Blizzy holding on to Marco here. Seeing who wants a shot.
Oh, a rake in the eyes. And I'll tell you what, Honey Darling was a factor this past weekend at Ruggapalooza 2. No Honey Darling in sight this evening. Oh, right off the post here. And as we remember, Once upon a time, these two were the best of friends in the Den of Desire. I cried the night that they won the 880 Tag Team Championships, and I cried the night they lost. What do you think of the hussy allegations, Paul, that this audience believes that Narciso is?
I mean, I typically don't like to comment on just allegations with no, real backbone behind them.
Sure.
So I'm going to refrain from discussing that with you.
What, would you discuss those banshee cackles with me, quite possibly?
Yeah, those are loud and they're shrill.
Yeah, for sure. But Narciso, Narciso is very dangerous as the champion, but maybe even more dangerous as the challenger. Dare I say, Narciso's a little desperate to get back what he thinks is his. I mean, it was a fair and square match. You did say that.
It was, yes,
you
absolutely.
Did say that.
From bell to bell, there's no question, no controversy over the fact that in a match last Thursday, Blizzy Blake defeated Marco Narciso. No one's disputing that. But it's a matchup that theoretically should have never happened in the first place, and that's
what you're disputing.
That's where the issue is.
And when everybody else's name was picked out of that bowl, you seemed fine with it.
Yes, because those were names that were part of the lottery that was in the up and up. Like, could you imagine if somebody just they pulled the Powerball and then somebody just wrote a bunch of the exact same numbers on a napkin and turned it in and said they won $3 billion?
Well, let's be honest. The first thing picked out of the bowl last week was a strap. So that's never happened to the Powerball, but I don't know. I've only seen the lottery in Pennsylvania.
I don't know. They pre-record that, so you don't know. You don't know what happens.
Well, from being picked out of a bowl to burning a bowl is why Blizzy Blake was in that contest. But right now, those long appendages of Narciso. But I'll tell you what, in his panic, the title can't change hands on a countout.
I think Marco might just be so used to having the championship advantage. We've seen Marco lose matches by disqualification and retain the TNF championship whenever he was the champion. Maybe a little bit of a lapse in judgment there by the challenger, because he can't win the title out here.
But be that as it may, these two have ran parallel to one another here at 880 Wrestling for quite some time. And right now, the senior official, George Ross, is swallowing that whistle. We don't see a 10 count. I mean, Blizzy Blake wants to rid himself of Narciso, and I think a win here may finally do it. I mean, he beat Marco. If he beats him in the championship rematch, no pun intended, but the sky is the limit for the Shaman of Smoke. Oh. Oh. Oh, what? I mean, Blizzy being the more powerhouse of the two. But as a reversal there, I think the passion and the anger of Narciso helps him level up to be the dominant diva that he is right now. And the cover by the challenger, 2. And it is strange to mention Narciso being the challenger here. You are right, Paul.
It's absolutely an adjustment. But Marco trying to keep his composure here. We've talked at length, week after week about when you lose your composure in a match, you become generally more mistake prone. I think it was a big factor in Blizzy Blake getting the win last week. Again, Marco Narciso was not expecting Blizzy to be his opponent. Caught off guard just in a binary sense from this is who I'm facing when his name should have never been in the bowl in the first place. But, Marco cannot let his emotions get the better of him here.
What a beautiful fisherman suplex. Oh, bridging out, but just a 2 count. But I would tend to agree with you, Paul, here. Usually the sign of aggression, usually this panic that maybe an 880 wrestler feels it will be detrimental, maybe make them mistake prone, but right now it seems like it's motivated the borderline indecent one here. That passion, that anger has Blizzy Blake in a crucifix position.
Yeah, and last Friday in tag team action, we saw a more vicious side of Marco Narciso than what we had seen in recent months.
Up and oh! Just a slap to the face of disrespect. And wait a sec. 2. Oh, just a 2 count, says George Ross. And that composure right now. Deep breaths from Narciso. Honey Darling isn't out here. What is in the artillery cabinet of Narciso to recapture this championship? We already know that the Playboy Elijah Love is the #1 contender.
And you mentioned the Playboy waiting in the wings. An interesting history with both of these two.
Yes.
Either matchup would be interesting in its own way.
Blizzy Blake bouncing off the walls again, taking a break, gathering himself. And we've seen this before. Dizzying up the girl is Blizzy Blake. What can the champion muster up? And this matchup for the TNF Championship against his, you gotta say, his largest and most streakiest rival that he's ever had. 2 count. Now the frustration seems to be seeping through Blizzy Blake as it has been seeping through Narciso before this bell has even started.
These two may have liked each other at one point, but they certainly haven't liked each other for the better part of a year now.
Down to the canvas. 1, 2, and 3. No! Blake is still in this. Well, goodness. Mounting Blizzy Blake. Choking him further. And still a 2 count. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now. Wait a second. Schoolboy roll up from the champ, too. Oh, just a 2 count. Tell you what, Narciso getting caught up in the lights. Oh, big double stomp. 2. And at Ruggapalooza 2 this past weekend, this ended on a car in the rain between these two. There's nothing these individuals wouldn't do to one another. And wait a sec. The champion in training, Elijah Love, is back out here. Wait, distractions abound. Narciso taking advantage. I mean, is this the attitude of a champion, Paul?
Well, I don't understand. It's not Elijah Love's fault that Blizzy Blake got distracted. Elijah is the #1 contender. He's simply scouting his next opponent.
Gigantic death-a-dill, and whether it be by design, Blizzy Blake out cold, rolling out of the ring, what stops Narciso from taking advantage. And you see that super death-a-dill from the top rope, brought to you by Sidekick Media Services in our main event of Thursday Night Fights.
Blizzy Blake had wisely rolled out of the ring. That very well might have been it, but now Marco in full control. And again, to Elijah Love's credit, he has not gotten involved in this matchup. He's got a front row seat to see who his opponent's going to be in the next TNF Championship
First off,
match.
he's standing. Small package, 2. Second off, what do you think he came out here for? Oh, to play nice? He hasn't so far. Wait, look at this. The Playboy on the apron.
again, how better to understand your potential future opponents than getting as close as possible to the action?
Low blow by Narciso behind referee George Ross's back, not like this too. Damn it! What?
Here is your winner and new TNF champion, Marco Narciso.
I feel like we're living in a nightmare, and it's a bit of deja vu. The new TNF champion, the new TNF champion, Marco Narciso, but the champion in training having a little worse. And what does this mean for the future of the Neon Gold, Paul?
Well, Toddy, I mean, we know Elijah Love is the #1 contender for that TNF championship. The champion in training is just one win away. So let's see the replay again.
Yeah, what do you make of that? Brought to you by Sidekick Media Services. A low blow.
Well, shifting focus back to the celebration in the ring here, I mean, you're looking at both participants in the next TNF championship match.
The Playboy Elijah Love, the #1 contender. Marco Narciso, the new TNF champion. So much in store next week. We will see you next week right here at the Warehouse, 8 p.m. From the professional Paul Michaels, I'm Toddy Tondera, Marco, and everybody else. Get roached!